Before the weekly analysis begins, I just want to let you know that I do have a Patreon page. We have two tiers available. The first tier is called Start Off for £15 a month, and what you will receive is access to a Discord server containing the beginners, intermediate, and advanced course, risk management course for Elliot Wave trading, as well as financial literacy content. This tier is also for those who want to learn at their own pace and generally just support what I do and just join a community of like-minded traders. The second tier that I have is called the Waveologist for £35 a month, and what you receive is everything that I mentioned above with the addition of specific chart requests for me to annotate on a daily and weekly time frame, and one-to-one support or group sessions depending on how many people have subscribed to this tier. The group or one-to-one sessions are for those people who want a little bit of extra help with their Elliot Wave education and also give the opportunity to ask me as many questions. Please do keep in mind that these are going to be 1 hour sessions depending on how many people have subscribed. And also, I would say please do consider joining. It is really good value for money. And without further ado, let's get into the analysis. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, guys. This is going to be my Elliot Wave count for pound, yen, pound, dollar, and gold. But first of all, any views, opinions, or suggestions that are expressed in this video do not constitute to trading or financial advice. So let's get started here on pound dollar. So with pound dollar, I've been under the assumption, or I've been doing my analysis with pound dollar for quite some time, and I've been saying that this has moved in three waves. So we have a 1, 2, 3 W, X, ABC into our wave W, which is our first one, and which will basically continue for one more push towards upside after the X wave has been completed to give us our Y to then complete the Y in the higher degree. And what I'm under the well, what I've been saying, we're going to eventually hit towards these lows, and from this week we have eventually hit those lows. And what is next? What is to come? So after we have a broken market structure, we get a nice correction to eventually come in, which we had here. Right, we've just broken market structure this week, so what are we to expect? We expected one more correction towards upside. Now, this correction has broken a very, very vital level. Are we going to continue going towards the upside, or are we going to continue going towards the downside? We have to see, essentially. And one thing that I would say, right, is don't necessarily, I personally will not be trading this market until I get a bit more clarity. The reason being is because this wave right here could either be one, a corrective move to the upside to come after there's a market structure break, and we could see a push continuing to the downside, or this could essentially be a um, a false breakout before we eventually push and impulsively towards the upside. Now there's two levels of invalidations that I have. So sorry, not two. There's only one level of invalidation. So once we get this correction coming, right, if the market breaks through towards this level, right, this market structure right here, and it comes up and it breaks above, which is I see where it's going to market sort of eventually come towards, then we are eventually continuing to go to the upside. If the market comes towards this market structure here, this X wave, this small X wave, I will then look to see for price action to give us rejection to then continue to the downside. With that being said, that's obviously the long-term view of things. But let's go into the short time frame in terms of see where we are right now. So we are currently bearish. In my opinion, we have hit um, the sort of white box, it's not the right box, sorry, the blue box right here. Just get my rectangles, bear with me, here we go. We have hit that right angle, that blue box level here, and we can still come down a little bit more. We also have the 78.6% level as well. Usually the market does come towards around this level and then rejects up. However, if it hits the 1618, which is our next level that we have to see, then this is not a WXY. This will be considered as possibly a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move towards the downside. So I would say just be a bit careful with this market. Take your time, and remember we just broke a market structure. Now is to see whether or not are we going to continue going down, or are we going to continue moving towards the upside. So let's go to gold. So gold has been moving quite nicely. So in my opinion, we have that wave 3 complete in a higher degree, and we have a B, C, which is our wave W. Then we have another A, B, C, which is our wave X. And then what we're going now is a 1, 2, 3 1 2 3, 1 2 3 towards the downside to give us our wave Y, and to eventually complete our wave 4 to then push towards the upside to give us our fifth and final leg right here. So that's always the long-term foreseeable things. Now I could be wrong at the end of the day, and the reason why I say this, a lot of the banks nowadays, I mean, I think I forgot which bank it was I mentioned in my previous video. They came out with a report um, that they see price heading towards the 2,300 levels or something like that by end of Q4, or they also see it. I thought maybe at the beginning of or end of Q1. I forgot what it was essentially, but um, yeah, I don't necessarily think. I think we're moving quite quickly towards the downside, and I did say we want to follow the big guys, but I'm just gonna take it with a pinch of salt. I don't let no one tell me what my analysis is. If I'm being honest with you, I do my own analysis, and I think that's the way it should be. But nevertheless, um, I genuinely feel like, yeah, there is a possibility for the market to continue going towards the upside. I but I'm just the way I'm looking at it right now. I just don't necessarily feel like it's gonna happen. But yeah, I'd probably say we are in this wave four, and we're going about to complete that wave four towards the upside before we then see that sort of move coming in towards these levels. But yeah, I'm going to be focusing more, me personally, on downside. So let's just see about that. So my next sort of where I see the market eventually heading is towards these lows right here. Before we then start to see maybe that continuation towards the upside, or a correction towards upside to then continue going down to complete the wave four. But nevertheless, that is where I'm looking this to see where the market is going. So I'm going to be focusing more on the downside. Here's pound yen. So pound yen has been moving quite nicely. We have, I said last week, we had that sort of A, B, C, and that into that wave four, and we've got that. It's coming to the nice blue box. Now, is this A, B, C going to be a wave W? It could be. We could get three waves up again, one more move down, then that'll give us the wave four, and then we continue up for one more to continue going towards the upside. And yeah, I mean, usually I wouldn't necessarily say that. I think we have a 1 2, then we have a 1 2, then 1 2 3 4 5 until wave 3 is completed, and then we from this wave 2 to here, we need to look at the 38% level, which is our sort of next target. So 38%, where is that? Right here. So there is a possibility of the market eventually coming towards to take these lows in a corrective manner. We have this 30% level right here, which is the wave 4 sort of rejection, or embedded, what do you call it? It's kind of like the limit where wave 4 usually goes to. But at the same time, look, we are in this wave 4, and I think we've hit the 23.6%. Now, let me just check. Yes, we hit that 23.6. So the market could literally reject from here and go towards upside, and that will be the wave 5. That will complete the wave 3, and then we're going to get that 4 and then 5 right to the upside. Or at the same time, this could be an A, B, C, get three waves up again, come back down, and then go up, which either way is still perfectly fine. So yeah, just be very, very careful. Just be very careful. I don't necessarily think that this is that correction that we're getting now is going to essentially be towards to the downside. So I generally feel so. This is going to be a wave 1, a wave 2, and then we have a 1 2 3 4 5. That's the wave 3, and then we're getting the wave 4, then a wave 5, right? So 1 2 3 4 5. That's wave 3 completed. Then we get one more correction to the downside, I think, hitting this channel, and then towards the upside to give us that fifth and final leg towards the upside. So just be very, very careful. We could essentially be bullish to the upside or corrected to the upside and going down. That's basically the short-term story. But yeah, nevertheless, I do hope you guys like my analysis. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. I do have a Patreon for all those people that are interested in mentorship. You guys will have access to my private Discord, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.